Hi, Kent. Nice to meet you. Hi, Kent. Nice to meet you. Firm handshake. Yeah. Nice to meet you, Kent. Let's see.
Every day, millions of agriculture workers and gardeners risk plant injuries by either wearing improper gloves or no gloves at all. My grandparents who work in agriculture as fruit pickers buy new gloves almost every other day. These gloves usually lack comfort, durability, or a secure fit. At Harvest Harmony, we are dedicated to providing proper protective gear with our hand helper gloves, built for workspace and comfort. Hi, my name is Jada, and I'm the CEO of Harvest Harmony.
I'm Jonathan, I'm the co-CFO. I'm Juan, I'm the PMO. I'm the CFO. I'm Brian, I'm the secretary. And I'm Benjamin, the CTO. According to the U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics, about 40% of workers suffer hand injuries. That's about 400,000 agriculture and farmers who suffer preventable injuries yearly. That is horrible statistic. We figured our hand cover gloves help protect hands of those hard workers. By partnering with the Europe. This is our potential customer segment. This is quoted by the 30-year-old gardener wants a durable, reliable glove that will carry with it. We plan to attract this age range by expanding through social media such as Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok. So these are our competitors. So far, we have Jessica, Iris, and you. One thing they all have in common is that they aren't very useful. So Jessica uses cowhide adhesive as resistant. Iris uses synthetic leather, which isn't durable. And UN actually does really your skin like us. However, they don't provide any reinforcement like how you are going to do that way.
Now, what makes this so unique? Imagine this, you're just a gardener or a homeowner or just really anyone who needs to use these gloves. You're constantly needing to go out buying gloves because they just keep ripping or the stitching keeps coming undone. Well, no, worry no more. We at Harmony will provide you a long-lasting and durable glove. Now, how will we do this? There are premium materials with deerskin and Kevlar, where deerskin is not very thick, so we will reinforce it with Kevlar. And we will also have a buckle strap on it to make sure it doesn't slip off the hand when you're just getting sweaty and just slip off very easily. We will also have nitrile, just protecting the stitching, making sure that no thorn can pull it at the stitching, making the glove come undone.
We stitch our minimal viable product few judges where we got critical feedback. We also launched a ad campaign on Instagram to satisfy our consumption. So for our results, we found from our survey that 60% of the people who took it were around the age of 20, as well as males. We also got that it wasn't breathable, so we combated that by adding a strip of Kevlar. Finally, like he said, we're going to add nitrile over the stitching to reinforce. So some pivots we made along the way, like Ben said, we had to change our target demographic. So we changed our age group, and along the way we also were originally planning to be a nonprofit or a charity. However, the reason why we changed this idea was because we realized that we wouldn't have the funds necessary for our investment. That's how we implemented point of sale method for our current business. So we believe that with this method we will invest our funds and support the community. And this is our mentor, Eric Haddon. He works at the West End of the Water, Electricity, and Technology. He started along the way by advising and the New York Financial.
At Harvest Harmony, we don't just sell gloves. We build a community. This is how we plan to get, keep, and grow our relationship. To our net, we plan to advertise on our social medias, and we also plan to go to farmers markets and flea markets to introduce our gloves to our customers. And for our team, we will market on our social medias once again, but we will show our customers behind the scenes of creating the glove, and we will also have on our website a newsletter where our customers can sign up and they can get more information on our we have a segment where we will have a subscription for our customers that want gloves every 4 months.
So for pricing, we're playing our center glove for $39.99. The reason being it costs us around $25 to make. Most of it is mostly from the deerskin and Kevlar, and this gives us a margin of 37.5%.
Our TAM is capped at $2 million, followed by our SAM, which is centered around homeowners in the entire United States at $230 million, followed by our SOM, located in California homeowners at $3,630,000. Our conversion rate is at 1.2% of our business.
So for financial projections, for our first year, we're projected to sell around 90,000 gloves, giving us around $500,000 in revenue. And our second year is going to increase by around 15%, around to a little over 100,000 gloves. Our second year, giving us a profit of 600,000. And for our third year, it's going to increase by around 20%. So we'll be selling around 120,000 gloves, giving us a revenue of 720,000.
Now for our expenses. By our first year, we plan on selling at least 91,000 pairs of gloves to make up the start cost. We also hope to have 30,000 followers across all of our social media platforms, proof that we have been recognized by the community. We also hope that we will last at least 4 months of their release. Next, we come to our capital ask. We are asking for $460,000 to fund our country costs and 20% of our company. $350,000 of the money that you would be donating to us go to our inventory to help make that money you gave us and build our company.
So for our 3-year exit plan, for our first year, we're just going to start production and just start getting this a production of glove off the ground. And for our second year, we're going to scale up, just start producing a lot more gloves and just seeing if people actually like them. For our third and final year, we got to start expanding to new gloves for specific types of jobs, and specific types of fruits, and other markets. And our final third year, we're also going to consider selling the company.
So the next time you can prepare gloves, don't settle for less, seek out more. With harvest how many gloves, don't go work to pay for them.
Thank you guys. Great work. And I like the personal share at the beginning as far as I think you said grandparents. So I think a lot of people can kind of relate to that and picture family members that could definitely benefit from it. So that's awesome. Way to start. I like that you said that you'll also be at farmers markets or other, in person, because I think it's one of those products that people want to, take their time and really kind of feel, maybe try on and things like that. So that's awesome. You can get some momentum behind some online marketing probably, but being able to have it tangible there and then kind of build up those testimonials, I suppose, from people that have used it, would be really beneficial. So that's great. I think you mentioned it, but I just want to confirm. I think you said how most gloves last a couple of days or something. In general, I suppose right now. How long do you anticipate these lasting?
About 4 months.
About 4 months.
4 months. I thought 6.
Okay. And I think that spoke to the subscription or something, right? Yeah, every 4 months or so. Okay. Why did you choose was it deerskin? I know you mentioned that it wasn't as thick, so that's why you had to use a Kevlar. So why is the deerskin more comfortable, or what was the allure to?
It's more flexible. It's kind of like an extra protective layer of skin, and it's thin, so it's not as hot as outside.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, I can go. I have a quick question. I don't remember seeing on the slides. I might have missed it. Are you guys planning any partnerships with gardening centers, for example? Like where you can be selling your product at specifically?
So currently we are looking into that, right? But we don't have anything set in stone. We just want to see our options first, see which one will be our best fit.
And just a thought that popped into mind when I heard the story about the grandparents. For the gloves, are you guys basically tailoring it to people that have, I don't know, like, I know like my grandparents, when they're gardening, they have mobility issues. So if so, let's say the material of the glove, maybe putting that onto like your marketing, making sure that it's well known. Or have you guys thought about mobility issues and people with gloves?
We have thought about using the material that's flexible as possible, so it kind of feels like it's really easier right now, because that's usually the problem with agriculture workers and customers. They prefer to work with their hands because it's more easier.
Yeah.
So we're trying to find a way to protect their hands, but also them feel comfortable.
Definitely, with marketing, highlight that so that people are aware of that.
I thought you did a really good job presenting. I think I already know this, the answer to this question, but did you guys make this glove?
My dad has a mattress guy, and then I just sort of made the dimensions to my hand through a YouTube video, and I just gave him the materials and then he used it.
So you had him stitch it. That's really impressive. I think that shows like that's great. You're using your resources that you know, so that's really good for making prototypes. What would you change about this glove right now? Next steps, just after your prototype, making the prototype. What would be your next steps on improving things you've learned from the prototype process of making a glove? What would you improve for your next possible prototype?
Well, the next step would be transitioning to a deer skin.
Mm-hmm.
We actually get the materials and then send it to my dad's mattress guy. But actually, completely remake it out of deer skin. And we already have a nitro as well as a strap. So we'll work a bit more on the strap because it's a bit loose. And then finally, bordering some Kevlar to be able to add to the ball. So whether
And also, we want the stitching to be more at the top of your finger so that it's easier for you to use the fingers and so that there's not so much stitching for
I take it you talked to a lot of people about how to design the glove. So where do you think the failure points, besides the sides, where else did you see any failure points on gloves?
the fingers.
So fingertips? Okay. And then you're going to use for the fingertips again, what materials? Nitro. Okay.
And it's not being used for grip.
Gotcha. Yeah. Great. The final question. So you said 4 months, correct? In your slides, did it say 4 or 6 months? It said 4. Okay, my apologies. I put down 6. So for 4 months, what if the glove wears out before 6 months? Let's say it wears out in 2 months. Do you have a warranty? Or are you going to guarantee it?
We have a warranty, and also on our website we want to have a contact us page where our customers can report the issue and we will take that into consideration and improve our customer response.
Oh, that's great. Great response. Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
One thing about your current market in Central Valley and family association in Central Valley, agriculture workers are the lifeblood of our valley. The people who work in so if you have any of us, most of us have family. I have a great grandma working Sunday, my dad working Napa in the field. It's something that hits home to everybody. I think about their hands and when they were older, and so to think about protecting my grandparents, maybe about some things that they went through. I mean, it's something that is a great product. It's a great market. Now, knowing that maybe some of your target market is not digitally the same kind of dependent on digital that I might be or the younger generation is making. You guys have a very exciting opportunity to look at other types of marketing that a lot of people don't get to. So, have you thought about using other types of marketing or anything outside of digital advertising and social media stuff?
Mostly going in person, maybe even going to the field and introducing ourselves to customers directly and
Yeah, and that's one of the things I wanted to ask before I told you this, that with your product, there is still locally owned barber shops, and there's still locally owned nurses. And it would be a great opportunity. You're not going to know about the quality of these until you see them. You can see a picture online, but if I'm working and I want to see this glove, I'm going to try it on and I'm going to feel that difference. And I'm going to fall in love with your skin alone. I think it's like really soft right now. But doing hands-on demos at these kind of stores that are local and a little bit easier getting with them. They're a little bit, they have that same connection with the valley and the rest of the valley, so it's a little bit too. So I definitely think you guys should look into that, hands-on demos. I think I love your idea. You guys are already thinking outside of the box of digital marketing and looking at the swap meets and farmers markets. So those are big in the community too. We get a lot of the same communities and families. So having just something set up to where they can wear it and try it on, I think that would be a sound. I want to congratulate you guys for not just looking outside the box and thinking other things to do besides just business.
Speaking of the garden center business, I'm actually in that business, and so when you get the product, I like to launch it. But the question I have is, given that I actually do sell garden goods, most of the ones that we sell down the street right here are probably in the $15 range. So it's a pretty high price point for this kind of product. And then I noticed that your profit margin is maybe kind of low here. You know, you pay yourself all of the starting costs. So how have you thought through that process? How do you come up with the price point and how to get these things started?
So I started this mainly with materials. Things like Canva and gears are very simple to find. So we found other tools to manufacturing costs like trade and Chinese so they were cost to lower that cost. And we also plan on selling things like Amazon in the future so that it's a lot we're selling in bulk and then direct to consumer. You get a lot more cash.
So I first think you guys, like, as you before I saw that, like, there's those people really listening to feedback, and like, there's really strong evidence that you considered all of the feedback and you made with changes. Sometimes you have a product, right? You get like tied into you have this idea, and you want to go with your thoughts and ideas. And so I know I'm guessing that maybe there had to be some compromising going on whenever you guys make the decisions, but I appreciate the fact that seeing you take that feedback before you give, and then having those compromises, right? I think the one thing that I would, like, tell us your slogan you started off with, what's your slogan?
Harmony Club, Growth Forward.
So I guess you start off with the story. I guess here's kind of some feedback for me. Consider, like, how can you continue bringing emotion in throughout your whole presentation? Because it's hard, right? Because there's a lot of facts, there's a lot of numbers, there's a lot of data, there's a lot of things that you have to tell people. But I wonder if there's a way you can go back and look at some key slides that you can somehow bring us back as the listeners to what your theme is and what your goal is. Because I kind of got lost in what it was with all of the numbers. And then I think what will happen if you can figure out a way to weave in a little bit of the story with the data, you'll have a little bit more emotion. Because I know this means a lot to you, and I know it's scary being up there, but I just feel like, that, you know, it's always when we tell a story, right? We always get excited and we have emotion. So, you know, we have that, business storytelling for dummies. Like, look at that book and really think about it. There's a whole chapter on how you can tell that full story using that. How you can, like, tell a story using what you have. It doesn't have to be all the way throughout, but just a couple times I was hoping you would put a little bit back on, like, when you started with the comfort and get that emotion and bring us in. Because it is really important. I don't want people to be safe. We want, they have, as you say, everybody's commented on so many people they have that they can have this connection to. My grandparents were farmers in Texas, right? And I remember going and helping people coffee. Probably because I didn't have the right but I just got a little bit more emotion from you guys because I've seen it more, but for some reason today I don't know if it's because there's so many numbers. So try to bring that back. Another way I really appreciate